Hey everybody, what's up? Yeah, it is Thursday morning, the 9th of August, 2018. It is about 6:52 a.m. Pacific time. And first of all, thank you for anyone that's going to start tuning in as soon as they get a chance to here and watch this video. First of all, just like with any of my live streams lately, I want to apologize for any abrupt interruptions or low resolutions or whatever. As I've said before, and I'll say again, the um, the XB6 that me and my family got recently as a new modem from Xfinity has kind of acted up a little bit. So yeah, well, I'm not saying totally acted up. I'm just basically saying that for some reason, like for a brief second, um, it will go off and then come back on, like just a millisecond. The internet still kind of works. It's like you go to a site, if you will, it'll go off for about a second and come back on. I don't know why it does that, but it just does. So yeah, just to let you guys know about that, as well as kind of as well as I could say, just as you can see the title of the video, basically, I'm here to do this is going to be a combination of three things. It's not a topics on my mind deal. It's just something I like to do every now and then. It's basically a vlog, channel update, and basically a way to just kind of discuss anything that comes to mind. You know what I'm saying? Just anything that comes to mind, and you know, uh, so yeah. Thank you all for tuning in best you can for this little vlog, if you will. And just trying to figure something out here. Hold on. So yeah, just again thought I'd come on here and just kind of give you guys a bit of an update of what's happening with the channel, as well as do a bit of a vlog on what's going on with me, and just discuss some things here and there. Um, First of all, let's give you a bit of that channel update, shall we? Uh, basically, basically, um, like I said in the channel update I did, which I was going to try to combine as a channel update package opening, which did not happen. You know, oh, that was kind of my fault there. Um, I'm just trying to check something. But anyway, like I was saying, yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, basically, as far as the channel goes, I was trying to discuss this a little bit the other day. Um, basically, what's going on, and let me kind of just do a little bit best I can. There we go. Let me see that looks good here. Hold on. Yeah, I guess it's gonna do. But anyway, like I said in the one video, I was gonna do, and I was doing a bit of a mini version, a mini channel update with my iPhone, with my Samsung, but didn't get a chance to upload it, so I'll probably delete that video file. But again, I thought I'd come on here and just kind of let you guys know what's happening. As you have seen, some water. As you have seen, I've done a lot of package openings lately. In fact, I got one more right behind me that I'll probably do in a little while after this. Um, that I've been doing here on my channel, and pretty much the reason being is because it was my birthday, and I pretty much figured, well, I'm gonna get myself something here and there, as well as like I discussed in the video, in one of my, and I think in the package opening video. Just like a lot of us, we get in these moods, nostalgic moods or whatever, to want to watch something that we grew up on, um, in in our childhood, and basically the Muppets were a huge part of my childhood. So I pretty much figured, why not, kind of give them a chance again, kind of just watch them every now and then. And I finally decided to get not DVD Fab, but get rent, basically not rent in DVD Fab, but get the first three seasons of the Muppet Show, as well as throughout. I started to finally get off my butt and get all the movies that came before the Muppets and Muppets Most Wanted movies, except for the made for television Christmas movie, but we'll get into that later. Um, well, that's something for another time, I should say. But anyway, I started to basically get into a Muppety mood and decided to buy the Muppet movies, buy the ones that came out before. So this next package opening will probably be the one that started it all, as far as the Muppets Big Screen Adventures are concerned. Um, anyway, long story short, I've been doing a lot of, like I said, a lot of package openings lately, and I've been doing a lot of package openings lately, and that's and what's gonna probably happen is I'll still be doing those. They're just gonna be coming like every now and then, possibly. Because one of the things that has happened lately. Well, I'll get into that in a vlog, but let me just say the package openings are gonna probably come far. They'll still be coming. They'll just be far and in between. They'll probably, some of them might be courtesy of friends that I've met online, like Frank Hill, or you know, and like Frank Hill and a few others. So they might be becoming coming because of the in that manner, possibly. Um, Other reasonings too is now and again, I'll get into this when I get to the vlog, but that's just probably going to be the best way for it to happen for the moment. It's the best way for it to happen for the moment. So anyway, just like I said, just thought I'd come on here and let you know that the package openings are still going to happen. They're just going to probably be not as much. And again, I'll talk about that when I get to the vlog part. And and then basically also, I'm pretty sure Wild Hops and several other people are wondering where my CAW league is. Don't worry, that's still around. In fact, I'll probably be doing one today. I've just been busy working and I've been tired. I mean, when I want to get in the mood to do it and I'm about to do it, all of a sudden I just say, you know what? I just can't stay up and do it right now. So it'll be coming. I'll probably get one later, hopefully. And don't worry, we're still building as far as the CAW League of Mine goes. We're still building towards SummerSlam, the DCWA version of SummerSlam. So that's something to look forward to in the future. What else? Oh yeah, I'm still doing some PMVs, pony music videos and AMVs. I've been trying to think mentally in my mind exactly what the next one's going to be. I sort of want to make it I guess you could say a tribute to the Rift Cafe. So I gotta get some decent clips, or maybe some screenshot. Well, not decent. Well, not just decent clips, but also some artwork, maybe, and just go from there and see what happens. I got the song I want to use for them, so hopefully they'll enjoy. Hopefully they might appreciate this little thing I might be doing for them. Hopefully, I should say. Um, so that's something to look forward to. Um, I'm still going to be doing my prediction videos and my updates and all that down the line. Like with SummerSlam coming up on the 19th, of course, WWE SummerSlam, that is. I'm going to probably be doing a booking and predictions video as well as a review afterwards. Um, so yeah, things are still going to stay on track. However, things will change. With this, and this will kind of bleed into the vlog deal, but basically because we're getting towards the end of summer, and this Monday, as far as I'm concerned, and basically today and upcoming this Monday is based in this upcoming Monday. These are the next couple. These next 2 days. So actually, these today and tomorrow and Monday are the first 3 official days of school for the students. And then of course in Patterson they have this back to school block party from between 9 to 11, I think. So or 9, yeah, 9 to 11. So they're going to have that, and basically that's going so basically what that has to do with my channel here is the fact that, like I said, things are starting to will start slowly getting back to normal due to the fact that, like I said, kids are going back to school. My nephews are going back to school. So it would be less, it'll be less for the time, less, of them coming over and spending the night. Not saying they won't in the future, because they will. There's no doubt about that. If my sisters need help with something. But the point is, it'll be less of a distraction. On top of that, a week from this Monday, the 20th, um, as I said in the package opening, in the first channel update that I was going to do alongside the package opening, but I had to separate it into 2 videos. My mom is going back to work. Her job, which she's a preschool teacher, usually starts a week after the school comes back into play here. And what I had said in the channel update that I was going to do on my phone, or that I had done on my phone and was going to upload, the one thing that kind of concerned me and her was, what future lie in store for her going back. She wasn't sure if she was going to be told, okay, you're going to float. In other words, she's going to go from site to site and help with the teachers or help with the teaching. Or if she was going to go back on the 20th, because if she was just going to float, they may say, hey, hold off until the official date start of school. I wasn't too sure. So yesterday she ended up getting what she told me was her welcome back letter, which all the teachers that work for the company that she works for gets, or the corporation she works for gets. And basically, at the bottom of it, it told her when they were going back, where the trainings were going to take place, because they got to have a specific location where they're going to be training. So she found out where they're going to be going. And then she got the answer she was looking for. She found out that she will not be floating this year and that she will be assigned to just one school. And it's a school that she was hoping to get assigned to because the people that wanted her there, because they know her and she knows them, and she's getting to know the kids and the kids are getting to start to know her. So, so there you go. But the reason I bring that up is several weeks ago at my job, I decided, and this was before or even after, I'm not really sure. I think it was after or before. Um, I took, I was given, no, actually, I think it was afterwards, which was kind of a surprise. But anyway, um, after I took the days off that my former front end assistant manager, who transferred to the Atwater store uh, of my of my company, of the job I work for, of Walmart, if you will. When Before she transferred there, she had granted me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday. I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday off of my birthday week. So that's why you saw the many videos being uploaded. Um, Furthermore, after I came back, I wanted to make sure when my mom's return date was. And I found out what it was. And I decided, just like I had done before, I think I did this last year, I'm not really sure. I was going to request that day off so I can finally have a day to myself. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. And then I decided, I'm just going to ask for those first 2 days off, which was the 20th and 21st. And surprisingly, I got them. I didn't think I was going to get them since I had just taken some massive time off for my birthday, but I got them. So yeah, on the 20th and 21st, I will be off. So I will be here being able to relax, catch up on things, do some vids if I have to, stuff like that, you know. But yeah, this is something that I normally do because, and because, it's just, it's just me. And I think anybody can relate to why I would do it. A lot of us live with family. And if we live with family and we know that it's kind of hard to do certain things, that normally if we get a chance, we'll plan a way or plan a moment to where, you kind of get the idea, right? You kind of get the idea, like, okay, if your family's going to be going back to work after the break, and this is, and then you find out when it's going to happen, you want to you want to look at that as an opportunity. And what you would do, and and again, you want to look at that as an opportunity. So you do what you have to do to get that, to make that opportunity a reality. And in this case, if you work for a job that provides PTO, you get that, you use your PTO to seize that opportunity. And that's what I did. I used my PTO that I have, and I have plenty available, to seize the opportunity to be able to take that day off, or take those first 2 days off, or take those, the first 2 days of that week off, which is Monday and Tuesday, so I can have time to myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't have to do it, but the way I look at it is like, it's either, the way I look at it, it's either I take time off, I take these 2 days off and finally kind of have some time to myself, or I don't. Now, here's the only problem, and I'm not saying it'll be much of a problem. The trainings that my mom goes to will start between 8 and 5. It'll be starting at 8 a.m. And usually what that will mean is if she leaves, she'll be leaving around 6:45, maybe 7. Now, if I was to do any live stream like what I'm doing now, this would be the time that it would be starting. Actually, it'd be starting 14 minutes before. Well, actually, yeah, it would be probably starting just about this time, because what I like to do is always give my family that I live with at least 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes before I do anything, because there will be a chance that they will come home because they forgot something. So, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much, what's going to be happening basically on August, a week from this upcoming Monday and Tuesday, and that is I will be off on the 20th and 21st to finally just be able to do what I want to do and not have to worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much, what's going on. So pretty much that's what's going on with the channel, and can't really say any more than that. But yeah. So with that out of the way, that said, let's talk a little bit about. So with that said, let's kind of talk. Let's go. Let's start to focus more on the vlog direction, and basically, um, basically, what's been going on with me. Well, one thing I will say is, change is definitely coming for me. In case some of you don't know, and you probably do, maybe you don't, like a lot of us, out there, no, I'll get into that in a little bit, Nostalgic Lounge. Um, but like a lot of us out there, well, not like a lot of us, but like some of us out there, I had government support when it came to my finances. In other words, I would get money every start of the month, just at the first couple of days of the month, basically the first and third. And that was about it. That was basically my government support, if you kind of catch my drift. Anyway, I kept getting that for a while, for many years, even when I lived in Kansas. And of course, it would stop every now and then, depending on my work hours. And then I would have to adjust my work hours just to get that money. Well, um, I recently ended up getting a letter that stated that my time with my money was coming to an end, with that government assistance was coming to an end. So, long story short, long story short, um, I basically, well, long story short, this past, what was it? Yeah, 5 days ago. 5 days ago, actually, it was on, it was on Thursday. It was on, no, it's actually 6 days ago because, let me see. Wait, hold on, no, let me check some. Let me check some. Yeah, essentially back on Friday, this a week ago, literally a week ago tomorrow, back on the 3rd, I was checking my account on my phone, to my bank account on my phone to see if my money that I usually get every month had been deposited, and I noticed that it wasn't. I was thinking, what's going on here? So, after trying to call the national number, which would have caused me to wait for about 55 minutes to an hour, I decided to look up the local number, found it, talked to the people, and the lady was kind and respectful enough to explain to me the situation. And she had basically explained that because I made a little too much over what was required, not to make, you know, or well, basically she had explained to me what had happened. I had made basically too much of what was required to keep my to keep my government assistance. So by doing that, by doing that, by making a little too much of what's required to keep my government assistance financially coming in, I no longer get that. And I explained to her, okay, this is what's going on. This is why I'm making this much, because with my job, every now and then, every quarter or every half year or something like that, depending on the ruling, um, hourly payment goes up. So if so I could be making like previously 11.50, 11.20. All of a sudden it's a jump up in $1.80 raise out of nowhere, or by law it's jumped up to $1.80 more. So I ended up getting 13 an hour. So yeah, that kind of screws me up. And I always was wondering why I couldn't report my wages on my on the report wages app that I have on my phone, and now I found out why. So, long story short, I discussed this. I discussed the situation with my family, and after talking about it and looking at possibly how much I'll be making now, it was decided that I'm going to go and do the 40-hour route. That I'm going to go full time now. So what does that mean personally for me? And I should have mentioned this in the channel update portion, but what does that mean for me? And as far as this channel is concerned, it basically means I will be working Monday through Friday now, and I will have the weekends off. Now, what that means is I will be, if I don't do, what that means is on very late Friday evenings and early Saturday mornings, like today, like right now, and possibly late Saturday nights, I will be doing videos. I'll have a little bit more leeway to do videos besides just the 2 days that I'll be taking off on the 20th and 21st. So that's pretty much a result of the fact that I lost my government assistance. Now, what's strange is I was now what was strange is taught I was told at one point that I couldn't make about 1,400. and that even after and that even if I went a little over, it'd be okay. Now there were a couple of occasions that I reported what I made, and it went over about over its recommended wage by at least 100, maybe 102 or something like that, but nothing came of it. But I expected with those two jumps in combined gross net for both checks that I got from my job that something was going to happen, and it did. But even before then, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not making that much gross wise for at least this month because sometimes we'd have slow periods and everything. And I was, I figured nothing would happen. But apparently, the actual requirement is you can't make over 11 something, 1100 something, and and thus get the government assistance at the same time. You can't do that. So that's what was kind of off-putting right there. It was kind of a surprise right there because I was told one thing. I was told, okay, I was told basically I couldn't make 200. I couldn't make 250 more than what I was told, but yet I'm told I can't make more than this. Like basically, I wasn't. I'll round it out like this. I'll round it out like this. I was told I couldn't make, you know, 1150, but then I find out I can't make over 1400. What what sense does that make, right? It doesn't make any sense. But yet that's what I was told. So because of that, I no longer get my government assistance. And thus is the reason I'm now doing 40. I'll be doing 40 hours soon. Which I guess is cool because I look at it this way. At 13 hours, I mean not 13, but at 80 hours combined, because it's, I get checks because it's 40-hour week. So basically at 160 hours times 13, I should be doing okay. At least that's what I think. Yeah. Oh, I'll be doing okay. According to this, I thought basically it was at 80, but then when you combine like 2 weeks together, it's about 2080. So that's not too bad. It's not too bad when you think about it. So when I look at that and I think to myself, okay, this could work. This could work. Just taking the side there for a second. But I'm thinking, okay, this could work. This could work. I don't have a problem with it because basically, from what I've read, I'll be making a lot more in just a, with one check than I would be making than I would have been getting every month from the government. Now, I'm not saying things can't change, and I'm not saying the government won't change in the future to where they say, okay, you have to make such and such money to lose your government assistance, and suddenly they give it back to me. I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but there's always that potential that it could and could not. I'm not saying either yay or nay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying yay or nay. That's that's just the way I'm looking at it. I'm not saying yay or nay on the situation. Um, but yeah, as of right now, though, I no longer get government assistance, which again, like I said, it's gonna cause which is kind of has a domino effect to where it's gonna change things for me. I'm still gonna be buying myself stuff here and there, but I'm gonna have to be more focused on taking care of bills, like I gotta take care of in a little bit anyway with cable, rent, and other things. The only bonus around about this is the bonuses. It's the quarterly bonuses that will add about 300 or 400 to the check. So let's say I could be getting, when you take taxes out, average about seven something a check. That 4 or 3 could add it, making about 1,000. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on. And then, of course, recently, my computer here, which thankfully is working, and I think still going to work because I'll probably turn it off in a bit because I got to go take care of stuff, acted up the other day. And what happened was the fact that well, not the other day, but about a week ago. And what happened was the fact that Windows decided it wanted to do an update. It wanted to do one of its annual updates. And I basically had to go through so much pain to get this thing to work again that I thought I had to go back and rely on this big boy here, this tower of a computer, just until I got a new one, until I got a new laptop. Thank God that wasn't the case. But what's ironic, folks, is I found out exactly what was ironic is after everything was okay, and I even shut it down and started it up again to make sure. What I found ironic was what I found online later. I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, my computer kind of gave me a bit of a hiccup, and thank God it's working. And even if I turn it off after this, it should still be working afterwards. Heck, I'll even test it before I leave. um, anyway, with that said, yeah, it's a lot's been going on, and then of course you probably can't really tell, but they've been having me outside a lot, working, doing cards because at my job, basically, the computer scheduling has really thrown a lot of people off. And some people are just getting sick and tired of it. Some people are calling in because of sickness, or they just don't want to come in because it's either too hot, or they just, there's just, mental break from the job. I don't know. But there have been times they've been having me a lot lately go outside. And not that I don't have a problem with it. It's just, to me, my job really needs to um, be more organized when it comes to the scheduling. They need to basically, because what they're doing right now is they're relying on the computer to do the scheduling. I mean, they'll put in the schedules, but then they'll rely on the computers to kind of generate the best schedule in between those hours for the associates. You know, like for me, I can end up doing, like for me, I do Monday and Tuesdays as of right now, and that's going to change on starting the 25th. But as of right now, on Monday and Tuesdays, I do 8:30 to 5:30. So they can put that into the system, 8:30, 5:30, and the computer apparently would generate what's best between those hours. I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing, but they need to make sure that's exactly what's going on. Um, because the computer had a glitch or something like that several weeks ago, and it screwed up a lot of people to where we had to go talk to where we had to tell each of the assistants in charge of the areas we worked in, hey, this is not right. What's going on? So, but that's basically what it is. So that's not really helping too much as far as work goes because they are scheduling some people to come in an hour or two or maybe 3 than they're supposed to. And then, of course, you got people out there that are kind of new to it, but seem to not really care about the job that much because, you know, there are moments, I'm not going to say, anything else, but there are moments to where people will come into the store and they'll have, they'll be wearing something, a article of clothing or something like that, that they can wear outside because, of course, we've had the wildfires and everything, and the smoke comes around, gets drifted over to this area. So it's understandable to cover up to use that piece of clothing to cover up a certain part of your face. But then we get, but honestly, you could tell when people don't really care that much because it takes basically people above the CSMs, like the ZSMs and all that, to explain, hey, you can't be wearing that indoors because it makes you look suspicious. So yeah, it's like you could tell people don't really have the heart for it. I mean, they'll do the job because they're getting paid, but you could tell they don't really have the heart for it in a sense to want to be there and want to be there to actually do the job that they're asked to do. They don't really want to do it because it's either because they're in the heat, which is understandable, it's miserable, but it's also the fact that and I've had this reaction sometimes myself. It's like, what's the point when pretty much a lot of the customers there don't really give a flying what about what we're doing? I'm sorry for any interruption there. Yeah, thank you for that bit of advice, Jordan. I know. Thank you for that bit of advice. But anyway, appreciate that. I've had a lot of people telling me that. Um, but anyway, getting back on topic here. Getting back on topic. You know, here's the thing. Like I said, it's just and there goes my watch. Hold on. Always seems I get a bit of interruptions here. But like I said, it's kind of weird. Basically, what it is there's a bunch of basically just there's a lot of people that they look that I can understand that it's hot. You don't want to be out there, and it kind of upsets you. But you know, here's the thing. You're getting paid and everything. At least try to show some effort. That's all anybody asks. I go out there and I'm not the best at cop person either, but I have the experience, so I'm able to know what to do. The the point is, folks, when the point is when I get down when we all get down to it, you know, the computer generating the schedules, especially when it's already been inputted with people's closed out schedules and all that, it really needs to be reprogrammed to where it basically can adjust and balance out who comes in where so that the people in charge of the front or wherever or whatever parts of the store don't have to rely calling upon their associates to go out and do the job, even though they don't mind probably doing it. It's more along the lines of, you know, it's more along the lines of basically saying, "Hey, we're shortening our area, our staff in our area, just to help out them. We shouldn't have to do that." So anyway, but yeah, anyway, that's what's been going on with me lately. It's basically like I said, just things are changing, and now things are going to be a little bit more different, if you will. And again, Jordan, I do appreciate the advice, but I know I'm not the only one that says that kind of stuff here on YouTube through live streams or just regular uploads. There are many that do that. So thank you. I appreciate the advice. All right, so thank you very much. Anyway, anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about some just random things here and there, just to finish this off. As I was mentioning in the vlog portion about my computer, which is okay now, and it'll probably turn off all right um, when I'm done with this, because I'm probably going to turn it off so I can get ready to go to the store and take care of some stuff. Um, Basically, long story short, well, not long story short, but basically, um, about a week ago or so, when I tried to use my computer, it started to act up because Windows apparently wanted to do an update. They wanted to do an update on their system. They wanted to, do that annual update they always love to do. Well, like I said, I thought I was going to have to rely on what my former advisor back in Kansas once called the Beast, to continue my computering, my internet privilege, if you will, because you can't lose that. Um, but but that didn't happen, thank God, because, well, what happened was I was going to start using it, and then all of a sudden I allowed this time to boot back up, properly boot it back up, fix itself, and thank God that it did. And again, like I said, I even tested it by turning it back off, and I'll probably do that again anyway here, just to make sure things are running right. But anyway, long story short, um, after everything was okay, and after everything turned out to be okay, I looked online, and ironically, almost immediately, an article popped up of somebody that works at Microsoft or is associated with Microsoft, especially when it comes to its patching and its updates. And basically, they just called out the three head people in charge of that division and saying, look, these updates, these patches, they're not doing so well. So maybe you need to do something. In fact, I even did a video on this. You can check that out here on my channel. But she basically calls them out and says, look, not everybody needs updates on the computer, because some of these updates are not really necessary for whatever computer or Surface device they have. And this is something that people have been telling Microsoft for years. Hey, you need to basically fix this situation, because in the past couple of years, Microsoft has been in the bumpy road area of updates. It's like, oh, we're going to do an update there. We're going to do an update. We're going to do an update. And again, that's not a problem. If you want to do an update, fine. But don't be like, okay, this update's going to feature this update will feature that. You should just say, okay, this update's just an annual update, just to make sure things are working smoothly, and that's it. Nothing more. You want to add in a new feature, that's fine, but it shouldn't be a multitude of features. Because I think what she's trying to point out here in this article, this lady, is if you're going to do updates, make the updates for the individual devices that they're recommended for. Make an update for the Surfaces, make an update for your Fusion laptops, stuff like that. Don't always make an update. Don't always release an update that's going to be an update for everything, because not everything needs that update. So yeah, it's like, why do the update if not every laptop or Surface or whatever needs that update or requires that update? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't, because when you think about it, because when you think about it, it's like, because think about this, and Jordan, if you're watching, I do appreciate that. But think about it this way: how would you feel if all of a sudden you're working on your laptop, your computer, and it starts to slow down for some reason? You check either on your tower or your side of your laptop, and you're seeing not just the power light on, but you're seeing that other light flashing. You're wondering what this is about. And then perhaps an hour or so later, you go to your Windows icon or your Mac icon or whatever, and you click on it, and it shows you start and shows you sleep, restart, shutdown, and you click on shutdown, and it says update, shutdown, or update, restart, and you're like, is that what this is about? And I thought, computers were supposed to give you the option of not having to deal with the updates, but apparently that's not the case. But like I said, this person um, within Microsoft themselves basically saying, look, you're screwing up. You need to fix this. So, and I want you to notice, for any of you that may have Windows 10 or something like that, you haven't seen that many updates lately, have you? And it's not because, oh, it's a seasonal thing. No, it's because I think this lady I think this when this lady called them out, that Microsoft, the head people in charge, probably finally listened and be like, oh, so we don't do an update, just one update for everything. We have to do individual updates specific to certain devices. Duh. It makes sense, doesn't it? It really, it makes sense. Because come on, honestly, do you want to be on your computer and all of a sudden it pops up saying it's time for an update? It's time to restart. You got this many minutes, or you can restart later. And it'll give you that option, but then sometimes it'll be like, nope, you can't do that option anymore. You got to restart. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people when you think about it. Really, it really doesn't make any sense, when you think about it. But that's just how things are, and that's just how businesses are. They think, oh, if we do this, it'll work for everybody. It's kind of like with, cable companies. Cable companies will basically do during certain times of the night daily, if not weekly, updates. And here's the thing: Comcast Xfinity does these daily updates. What's the point of doing these daily updates when they're just basically not doing? They don't do much. I mean, what are they doing? Checking the firmware. If you're going to do an update, at least do something that says, okay, this is what's worthy of the update. If not, then don't do it, because you're interrupting people's television watching time, especially the watching television while they go to sleep. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So yeah. So yeah, she basically called them out about it, and she basically said, look, you guys got to fix this situation, or else it's gonna, or else you're gonna lose a lot of customers. You're gonna lose a lot of business. So yeah, that's what's been going on. So hopefully they'll be working on it and making sure that whatever they do send out in the future doesn't screw anybody up. And I think probably the message is going to get across that, what, instead of keep sending out patches and updates for Windows 10, maybe it's time to do a Windows 12 or 11 software. Just saying. And to answer your question there, Jordan, my favorite pony is right there. In my favorite pony is right there, right behind me is one of them. Excuse me. And then right above here is the other. Those are my two top favorites. I think I did a countdown as well, so you can check that out on my channel. So yeah, it's Luna, it's Rarity is my two faves. And if you don't think Rarity is popular, check Josh Scorcher's channel. You'll see differently. But yeah. But yeah, that's what's been going on. So yeah, just to answer your question then, Jordan, those are my two favorites. I mean, I do have other favorites, like Dash, of course, is a favorite. Applejack's really becoming a favorite of mine, so Starlight especially is becoming a favorite of mine and everybody else's. So yeah. So thank you for asking me that question. Um, Also, what else? Oh yeah, tonight is last week was the official start of the NFL season, or the NFL preseason, I should say, with the Hall of Fame game. Tonight is the real official start of every team in the NFL doing preseason games and getting ready for the regular season. So, yeah, tonight 49ers and Cowboys, so looking forward to that. What a way to start out the preseason, you know what I'm saying? What a way to start out the preseason. But yeah, that's so yeah, very, very interesting. Um, so very great timing there and everything. So looking forward to the game tonight, night and stuff. So also just to end this off, I'll discuss a little bit about what was revealed yesterday. I didn't even know Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct, Smash Brothers edition, if you will. But apparently, we're getting several new characters and stuff and announcements and concerning Smash. We have found out that Smash is going to have over 900 musical tracks, and that you'll be able to take your Switch with you like a freaking Walkman. Yeah, you could. I don't know how guys would carry it. They showed a woman putting the earphones on and then plugging her earphones into the Switch and then putting the Switch in her purse, listening to it like a Walkman. Like you can't already do that with your iPod or your Android, you know what I'm saying? But this way you can now listen to all 900 tracks if, Smash Brothers soundtrack is your favorite soundtracks, or as your favorite music. So apparently you can do that now. And apparently the stages can morph. What that means is basically you could choose, I guess, 3, 4 stages, and they can zoom from one to another. Like you can start with the Mushroom Kingdom, and all of a sudden it can transition to a Star Fox stage. Okay. Of course, we're getting some assist trophies in there that look like they can actually be fighters, if you will, themselves. Like we're getting Knuckles in there. We're getting Crystal. Yeah, that was a surprise there. Crystal. Where has she been in the past Star Fox games? But we're getting Crystal back. That's pretty cool. Maybe we'll get it back in some of the Star Fox games in the future. Heck, maybe I'll make her a downloadable character for Smash. Don't just use her as an assist. This is what they need to do. Take those assist trophies that they've done with Knuckles and Crystal. You can keep them, but then later on do DLC fighters of those two, because those two I think would be great. Of course, we find out that Simon Belmont's coming in as a fighter. Dark Samus is going to be an Echo fighter, it looks like, and we're getting another Echo fighter. I think it's Riggs or something his name is. And then, of course, we getting King K. Rool from Donkey Kong, so that's pretty cool. So, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really, really nice going on. We're getting tournament mode. It looks like we're going to get some tournaments. And what's unique about the tournament is the further you advance, the different it looks like the fighter you have to use. I mean, we've had tournament mode before, but this is more along the lines of, yeah, you can't use the same fighters anymore. You're going to have to choose someone else. So I guess that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And then there's another mode they're being secretive about that we won't know about until I guess we get closer to the game's release. So you can only speculate what that's going to be. Overall, it was nice to get some Smash news and find out exactly what's going to be coming and what's going to be added, who's coming in. Hopefully, we'll get more of that before the game comes out. Maybe we'll find out exactly what the secret area is. The closer we get, I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for that. I'll put it this way too. you know, everybody I believe has given their thoughts on the Echo Fighters, and I'll give my thoughts on them. I think they're good. I think they're good alternative skins, if you will, for the characters because they're basically the same characters, but there are going to be a few exceptions here and there. So that's kind of good. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's basically like I'm. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Nintendo's seeing what's being done with Injustice and even Mortal Kombat and what NetherRealms is doing there, and they're noticing that NetherRealms is basically giving the same fighting styles to their Echo Fighters, if you want to call them that, but they're giving them different finishers. So I guess that's kind of cool. Or when you think about it. Um, Overall, though, it's really well. Overall, it's nice to see some news coming out about it, and maybe we'll get some more. Again, my hope is Nintendo takes some of these trophies, mostly like Crystal and Knuckles, and turns them into actual fighters in the future because that would be something I think a lot of fans would enjoy. I really do. And apparently, we got the voice actor for Sonic the Hedgehog for the new movie coming, and he's appeared in other shows like House of Lies, I think. He's voicing Leonardo in the new Rise series of the Ninja Turtles. So he sounds like he's a good. I think his name's Brad something. Well, let me check that out. And I apologize for any interruptions. Ben Schwartz. Ben Schwartz is going to be voicing Sonic. Um, According to what it says, Ben Schwartz has, like I said, has had some, I guess, let's see. Yeah, he was born in 1981, so he's not that as, he's a little younger than I am. He's about 2 years younger. But he has starred in House of Lies. He's been in, he's known for portraying John Raphael Sabatine on Parks and Recreation. He's been in movies like Peep World, Everybody's Fine, The Other Guys, The Walk, and This Is Where I Leave You. And like I said, he's in House of Lies as Clyde Oberholt. His genre is improvisational comedy. And let's see, he's been in movies like New York Serenade, Mystery Team, I Hate Valentine's Day, Everybody's Fine, Fine, The Other Guys, Peep World, Turbo as Skidmark. Okay, the voice of Skidmark. He's been in Coffee Town, Better Living Through Chemistry, Runner Runner, This Is Where I Leave You, Happy Christmas, The Interview, The Walk, Star Wars, The Voice Awaken, Star Wars, The Force Awakens as the voice of BB-8, or at least the consultant of the voice of BB-8. He's been in The Intervention, How to Be a Latin Lover, Outside In, Happy Anniversary, Blue Iguana, Night School, Post Production, which is in post production now. And let's see, he's been television wise in Star Valiance, Bronx World Travels, Main Street, Intercourse with a Vampire, Accidentally on Purpose, Happiness Isn't Everything, Terrible Decisions with Ben Schwartz, which he was also a producer. Jake and Amir, the Sarah Silverman Program, Parks and Recreation, Undercovers, Funny or Die Presents, Mad, Tron Uprising, where he was the voice of Rilo for the Renegade Part 1 episode, House of Lies, Randy Cunningham, Ninth Grade Ninja, voice of Randy Cunningham, The Doc Files, the voice of Stuffy, of a spin-off series to Doc McStuffins, Arrested Development, Bob's Burgers, the voice of Josh for 2 episodes, College Humor Originals as himself, Robot Chicken, various characters, Comedy Bang Bang as Comedy Bang Bang, BoJack Horseman as Runtabaga Rabasowski, or whatever, The Simpsons, the voice of a clerk, Drunk History, The Late Late Show, Animals, The Earliest Show, DuckTales, right now the voice of the voice of Dewey, I should say, in DuckTales, Modern Family as Nick, and Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as the voice of Leonardo. So yeah, Ben Schwartz has done a lot. Odd for just his. So it sounds like he's a good choice. Some people are still kind of up in the air about him, but I think what you got to have to do is look at some of his acting chops on screen and behind the camera, voice acting and everything to kind of get an idea of what you're going to get. And it sounds like he might be a good choice. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to hear that they're at least getting stuff going. They're getting the voice. I mean, they already sent out. What is it? They've already sent out. What's the saying? They've already sent out location on location screenshots of Jason Morrison as one of the main human characters, as well as they showed like a billboard that says "Welcome to Green Hills." So that's kind of cool to see that. But anyway, that's really all I could say right now on this Thursday morning live. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you all for tuning in live. I really appreciate that. Thank you all for tuning in post live after it's already been uploaded. Let me know what you guys think of what I've had to say here. Hopefully you take your time with this, because I know live streams are not everybody's cup of tea unless it's something engaging or interesting. So again, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Again, sorry for any interruptions, like down bit rates and all that. So, but really, this is all I have to say, folks. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and that's about it. So I'm sorry about that. So until next time, I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.